and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we connect with Troy Chamber members as they give us a glimpse into their company and share some of the business lessons they learned along the way. Hi, I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I am excited to be here and joined by my amazing co-host and Vice President, Sheila Denstead.
Hello, everyone.
First, I'd like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsors, Tryon Solutions. Stay tuned for our commercial break where you can learn how you can rely on Tryon. We've got an amazing show lined up for you. So Sheila, let us know, what member are we going to be meeting today?
Well, today, everyone, we're meeting with Madonna Van Fossen, Oakland County Ombudsman at SMART, the public transportation system that services Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties and a portion of Monroe. She has been with SMART for more than 8 years. One of the things she enjoys about her job is educating people about the value of public transportation. It offers everyone an affordable and safe mode of transportation, especially seniors and disabled residents, as having this option enhances their independence. In addition to several other boards, Madonna is also part of the Troy Chamber Board of Directors. Woo! And on a personal level, she lives by me in Auburn Hills, a mother of 4 and the honey grandma to 4 grandchildren. She also has a dog, oh my goodness, a Rhodesian Ridgeback named Lala or Layla?
Lala.
Lala.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Had to be something I would remember.
I like it. I like it. So, Madonna, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for not just your dedication to the Troy Chamber of Commerce and the business community, but all that you do for public transportation. I find that so incredibly important. But what's interesting is the title of your name with it, because I truly, ombudsman, I have to say it, I have to sound it out a little bit. What is an ombudsman? I'm going to say it quicker. What is an ombudsman? I got that.
But you can shorten it to ombuds.
So tell me, what's an ombuds?
An ombud.
You just gave yourself street cred. I liked it. Okay.
Basically, with SMART, and ombuds can be different categories for whatever company you're with. But with SMART, SMART runs through the 3 counties, Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb. Each county has an ombudsperson. So I'm Oakland, so I basically am the eyes, the ears, the mouth of SMART to all the communities, all the residents, anybody and everybody in Oakland County. And I meet with them, I answer their questions about public transportation, I listen to their cares, concerns, questions, and I bring them back to SMART, follow up, and bring the answers back.
Oh, I love it.
And basically, we get paid to talk to people.
I mean, that's not a bad gig.
No.
I mean, that's kind of what a chamber does.
Serves me really well. I'm a talker.
Valid.
My God, that's a great gig. So, speaking of gigs, you've been with SMART for more than 8 years. What keeps you there? What makes SMART so great?
One of the things that I noticed about SMART right away, it's a public service agency. So there are 900 employees, and the mindset of, I would want to say, 879, 85, whatever. The mindset of the people that work at SMART is of service. So that's such a great environment to work in. There's little drama. Everybody has the same mindset. We're here to serve. We're here to serve the residents. We're here to serve the communities, to provide transportation for people who need it. There's such a need out there, the seniors, the disabled, and people who want to, they want to be conscious of the gas money or the maintenance on a car so they can ride a bus. It's an affordable and a safe way to get from point A to point B.
Well, and so you've been there, you said 8 years. Why did you go into that direction? You used to work in economic development, correct?
I did. I was the DDA director in Oxford, Michigan for about 5.5 years, but I was actually looking for a job, and I heard about this position. And when the friend who told me about it explained it to me, I said, wait a minute, are they going to pay me to talk? And he said, basically, I think so. I said, sign me up. So I also have an affinity for public transportation. I have an older brother who is 65 years old. He's a very high-functioning man. And he lived at home in Ohio with my parents until he was 40 years old. And then he discovered the bus system in Columbus, Ohio. Opened up the world to him. So he has, for the last 25 years, lived on his own.
Wow, that's great. And I mean, it does show how important public transportation is. And sometimes we're such a car location, like we are all about getting in our car and driving. But the aspect is that not everyone has those same opportunities.
Correct. And in addition, it's an economic development tool for communities. The data has shown that communities that have a public transportation system running through their community are better off economically than those that don't. You know,
Yeah.
if a business or a large corporation is looking for someplace to locate and they find two communities that are very similar and one has public transportation and the other doesn't, they're more likely to go with the one with public transportation because that offers not only their employees, but other people who might be outside of the community an option of how to get to work. It's environmentally conscious as well, you know, cut down on the pollution,
Mhm.
the traffic, the stress. And I might point out that the smart buses, the fixed route buses, the FAST system rather, which is part of the fixed route, has free internet on it. So you could literally get on the bus in Pontiac or anywhere in Oakland County that the bus service runs, take the bus down to Detroit, not have to worry about traffic, not have to worry about traffic signals, not have to stress out. You could be on the internet. You could read so many things you can do.
That is not a nugget. And I'm pretty up to date with what's going on with you guys. I did not know that. So I could actually be doing my emails
Correct.
while I'm going to work.
And the total cost would be $2 each way.
That's
Now,
worth
come
it.
on.
That's worth $2.
A
Come
lot
on.
less than Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with that being said, I think this would be a great opportunity to take a quick little break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Tryon Solutions.
Owning and operating a business is the American dream. That is until HR issues like payroll and taxes, benefits administration, workers' compensation, and regulatory compliance lead to sleepless nights and reduced profits. Keeping focused on the core business and letting others do the HR administration is why companies of all sizes across the country turn to Tryon Solutions. Check out Tryon at RelyOnTryon.com. It'll be the best business decision you'll ever make.
Welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We are here with Madonna Van Fossen with SMART. Madonna, we know SMART is the public transportation system for Southeast Michigan, but what's being done to keep SMART rolling? I like utilizing that word, that keep it rolling.
Keep the buses rolling. I like it too. If you start singing the wheels on the bus.
Oh, I
I'm
won't
gonna
go
cut
that
you
far.
off.
Okay, that's
All
done.
right.
I will stop that.
All right. So at SMART, it's really an enjoyable place to work. I just want to first let you know that the average length of time someone works at SMART is between 25 and 35 years.
Wow.
That says a lot about the company right there. I know since I've been there for the 8.5 years, I find that we listen to our riders, we listen to our communities, and we try to meet their needs. So for example, the other ombuds and I'll speak for myself, I ride the bus about at least a couple times a month and I pass out my business cards. So I have riders who email me or call me to tell me not only what we're doing wrong, but they actually call and tell what we're doing right. And sometimes they apologize because they say, I don't want to call you up and tell you what you're doing wrong, but I let them know we don't all ride the bus and you ride it every day. So we need to know, how is our service affecting you? Where can we get better? Where can we improve? All those types of things. So I really do like that about SMART, that they're always open and willing to listen to not only what the riders have to say, but another thing we do is we meet with community government, the governing officials. And we're going to start doing this in 2022, have a recheck. So meet with the communities and say, how are we servicing your needs? What's changed? What can we do to help? And one of the things the ombuds do is we're totally connected to the communities that we service. We sit on all kinds of boards and attend all kinds of meetings. So we've got kind of our pulse on what the community's doing. So, for example, if SMART is going to be putting new bus stops in a community or somewhere, they'll check with us to make sure we can check with the city that that's where they want to have them or things like that. So that's just one of the things that they do.
Yeah.
Fascinating information and so helpful to all of us, especially a lot of the businesses here in Troy. Hey, Tara, you know what? You know what time it is? Did you know?
Oh, did you know is my favorite segment. So, Sheila, what are we going to learn about today?
Did you know that we host a variety of events at the Chamber, including a quarterly economic development forum presented by SMART?
Ta-da!
This quarterly series highlights organizations and businesses that engage in our economic development activities within our region. Topics vary from workforce development, business attraction, economic growth, and creative industries, and more. To register for these events or to sponsor, you just need to reach out to troychamber.com and register for the event or to become a member.
Yeah, I love that little nugget. And now I know, even though I did know, but you know too. And I will say, I think that's what's really exciting is that you guys sponsor this great event, but it's also a great way for you to listen to what's going on, and you get to hear all that feedback at the event. So it does kind of prove the ombuds are listening, and it's really helpful to drive that.
Absolutely.
Sheila, why don't you take the next question? Oh, as I throw it at her.
It's okay.
Okay.
So, you know what? One of the things we did learn a lot about, and SMART had been great about addressing our members throughout the last year and a half, is COVID affected many businesses. There was an impact on public transportation. How did SMART overcome these hurdles and stay on top of everything going on to keep their riders safe and keep them rolling?
Well, one of the main things, because we are a public transportation agency, we get information on a daily and sometimes at the beginning of COVID and all throughout, it's on an hourly basis from the federal government. And so we're very up to date about the safety precautions that we take and the mandates that we, install or instill that people, for example, they have to wear a mask when riding the bus. And that's not everybody's vaccinated. So this helps ensure the safety of our riders. Another thing that SMART has done is we, not only taking into consideration how our riders, the public feels, but we're very vested in how our employees are. So, for example, on the protection of the employees. So on our buses, we put up these plastic shields. We, had for the drivers and the maintenance for any smart staff. If you
Say
did
that
not,
10 times.
Yeah, right?
yeah, exactly. If you did not feel comfortable coming into work, then you did not have to, and you weren't penalized. And I thought that was really the way SMART supports their employees is just in my book stellar, because they listen to the public, but they also listen to the employees. And ideas have come out of these conversations, and SMART isn't afraid to implement them.
Well, I think that makes sense why you have employees who've been there 30 years,
Yeah.
if that's the case of it.
Correct.
But so one thing we didn't touch on yet is that SMART has been really innovative over the past years. And like you've been listening to the changes that are happening within the transportation routes, you guys launched a very cool new initiative, this micro transit. So can we talk a little bit about SMART and micro transit and Flex and give me the
love
details
to.
on that?
So the Flex system, the SMART Flex, is actually a partnership between SMART and a company called VIA. So we don't actually own the vehicles or pay the drivers. VIA handles all that, and they're a global company, and they've done programs like this all throughout the world. So what microtransit is, it's an on-demand service. It's very easy to download the app Ride Smart Flex, and you
Say it one more time. What was that?
Ride Smart Flex.
Got it.
Flex. And what you do is you decide where you want to go. And we have pilot zones that are in each county. So in Wayne County, the pilot zone is in Dearborn, around that area. In Macomb County, the pilot zone is all along Hall Road. And in Oakland County, we actually have 2 pilot zones. We started with our original pilot zone in the Troy area, which covered the whole boundaries of the city of Troy. And it also included Clawson, and it went over to Beaumont Hospital at 13 Mile and Woodward. And during COVID, we actually utilized this Flex service to take people to get vaccines up in the Pontiac Auburn Hills area, because there was such a need for transportation up there for seniors especially who needed to go get a vaccine and didn't have any rides. Out of that, we established the Flex Zone in the Pontiac Auburn Hills area. So basically what you do is you download the app, you decide where you want to go, you punch in your time. Within 10 minutes, a vehicle will be there to pick you up. Most all vehicles are handicapped accessible, wheelchair accessible. So within 10 minutes, your ride's going to be there to pick you up. It'll take you anywhere you need to go within that zone. And when drop you off, when you're done, you punch it in, ask for your ride again, request the ride. And again, within 10 minutes, they're there. The cost of doing this. So
You knew where I was going.
Yeah.
I was going to ask the cost.
It's a similar service to like an Uber or something like that, but the cost is the same as a bus ride. So it literally would cost you about $2 to go each way.
That's fantastic.
One of the things with the businesses and restaurants and hotels, so we heard their needs, employees not being able to get to work later on. So SMART is in the process of setting up business accounts where a restaurant, for example, or a hotel could have a business account. And this could be an additional perk that they would offer their, patrons or their guests at the hotel. The great thing about Smart Flex is it runs 7 days a week from 6 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a great service. And it's a pilot program. So far, it's been really successful.
Right.
And one of the reasons why did we start it? Because we started it initially as a first mile, last mile to get people to bus stops because sometimes they just couldn't get, it was too long for them to walk or whatever. So that's what it started as a first mile, last mile, and it's been very successful in that realm. But opening it up to these others for the business or the hotels or things is really opening up a new avenue for us. So we're excited about it.
Good to hear.
We so appreciate it. And our hospitality world in Troy really, really enjoys it. And it's been so helpful to them with everything going on in the world right now. So a lot of information that we've gotten here today. What's one last nugget you want to leave our members and our listeners with?
SMART is such a cool organization. And
Yes,
I'm going
they
to
are.
quote my boss, who's the deputy general manager, and he has said this from the time I started. He said, "We are not your dad's SMART. So if we can make it happen, let's do it." So if you have an idea or you have a concern or you have a question, let me know. I will bring it. We'll sit down to discuss it. And who knows, maybe it'll come into fruition.
It'll be the next pilot.
Yeah,
Madonna,
for sure.
thank you so much for joining us today, sharing all this information on the ways you're connecting our communities. And we appreciate all you and SMART do for the chamber, for the community, and for the Metro Detroit at large.
It is. Well, I just want to say thank you to the Troy Chamber. And just a shout out to everybody in the Troy Chamber. This is one of the most progressive chambers. So if you are not a member, you're missing out. Seriously.
Thank you.
I love a good plug at the end. That's fantastic. Well, guys, that's all we have here today on Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions, for hosting us today. And of course, our amazing guest, Madonna Van Fossen with SMART. So guys, have a great rest of your day. For more information on joining the chamber, like Madonna said, go to troychamber.com. Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.